updated. Kuje terrorists overwhelm security with superior weapons, says Minister. Welcome to the news and please subscribe to our channel. The federal government on Friday said the attack and subsequent jailbreak of the Kuje Correctional Facility in Abuja was only possible because the terrorists were wielding superior weapons. The Minister of Police Affairs, Mohammed Dingyadi, disclosed this to State House correspondent after the National Security Council meeting preceded by the President, Major General Muhammad Buhari, retired at the Council Chamber of the Presidential Villa, Abuja. Dingyadi noted that although the security personnel on duty that night fought hard to repel the attack and kill some of the terrorists, they could not hold their ground indefinitely because some of the superior weaponry of their assailants. The Punch reports that terrorists on Tuesday night attacked the Kuje Correctional Center, freeing over 600 inmates, including hardened Boko Haram elements. When confronted with questions on how the attacks go through, he said, "You see, this kind of things, they happen, and I want to assure you all those who are supposed to play a role in ensuring that the attack is neutralized did the best that they could to neutralize it. I think what helped them was the number of people they came with and the superior weapons they came with. And because nobody anticipated it, the few people could not withstand the number that they came with. I think that is what happened." Asking why no one has been arrested since Tuesday, he says some of them have been killed. But I cannot give you the number and I do not know the number. Because like they used to, whenever one of them is killed, they are all taken away and you cannot know the number of people who have been killed. But definitely, quite a number of them were killed and many of them ran away with bullet wounds. He, however, noted that efforts were underway to recapture the fleeing inmates as investigations were ongoing. Like I said, this investigation is still ongoing. You will only do good to allow the investigation to continue, and maybe by the time they finish, you'll be able to get the details of what actually happened and why it happened, Dingyadi explained. He said the outcome of the investigation will determine the course, reaction, and how to prevent a recurrence. The investigation have already commenced. What I said is that Mr. President has given a clear directive to service chiefs to ensure that what happened in Kuje does not reoccur. Even when the President went to Kuje, he realized the surprise there. He was concerned. He expressed his surprise as to how it happened, and that is why he quickly convened this meeting. Mr. President has been briefed and he has assured the nation that he is on top of the situation. Whatever is supposed to be done is going to be done and is being done to ensure that those of them that are not yet back are brought back to the correctional center. And like I said, the security agencies are investigating to find out the immediate and remote causes of what happened, how it happened, whether there is any cause for taking punitive measures against who is supposed to be. These things will be determined by the outcome of this investigation, which I believe will be very soon, the Police Affairs Minister remarked. On the expected timeline for the investigation, he stated, "As soon as possible. You see, we have raised this issue at the meeting. We know Nigerians are eager to know the actions that are going to be taken. But you see, some of these things are security issues. We do not give out the details of what we are going to do. But we will just assure Nigerians that we are on top of the situation and we will be doing the needful." In his opening address, Dingyadi said President Buhari was surprised at the manner of attack despite the security measures in the facility. Citing the Kuje attack as well as others nationwide, he said Mr. President was deeply concerned about these developments, and he initiated this meeting to enable security agencies, the service chiefs, the Inspector General of Police, to brief the council on what actually happened and the way forward. We had a very successful meeting, and the council has agreed to take proactive measures that will ensure that a repeat of what happened these few days will not be wasted anymore. Mr. President is surprised that what happened to Kuje actually took place in spite of all the security arrangement that has been made to ensure that such an incident does not happen. We are assuring the nation and Nigerians in general that arrangements have been made to ensure that full investigations are carried out to ensure that a repeat of these incidences will not occur. According to him, the service chiefs have been given clear directive to investigate development and also to forestall future incidents. He called on citizens to continue to support the federal government in its effort to ensure that we'll fight these criminalities to finish and to ensure that this country is brought back to normalcy in a more secure and peaceful atmosphere. First of all, why would the terrorists have more equipment than those? Oh, wow. See as the thing there for their mouth. It is because of the weapons that they have are better. Meanwhile, I want to remind you people about 6 months ago, almost 6, 7, 8 or 9 months ago, there were actually soldiers who came out and they were persecuted because they raised the alarm that they know they give them better weapon view. They know they give them better weapon, that it is just like going sending them to die. How do you go carry person we say they use waiting we say before you go load them? Person we won't shoot them from anywhere, go don't shoot them like 5. These people came out and complained, and before you know it, they were prosecuted. They were court-martialed, now as they call it in the military terminology. They were court-martialed, and it's like they were even dismissed. And I was like, so these people's offense was just because they say, give us better weapon, more could use fight. Ha. Now what? A lot of things are not adding up. A lot. Irresponsible government with shameful statement. Money budgeted for the military had over the years on call. If there is external aggression, what will happen to Nigerians? My dear, your guess is as good as mine. Are these terrorists who are trained there as security personnel? Ask me. I'm ashamed to admit that I'm a Nigerian with this kind of irresponsible statement. This is an attribute of a failed state. I have warned all naive, inefficient blokes around me that if they have nothing to say, they should remain mute. Even the world have ears, and they are raptly listening. This is one of the many coward statements already made by this confused man. You see a country that is full of bright and smart personnel, but because of religious, ethnicity, and nepotism, they cannot be appointed to a head-sensitive position. Rather, the president preferred to appoint men that lack sense and the know-how into those offices, thereby exposing lives of Nigerians. Well, any position where you sacrifice merit for nepotism, for ethnicism, or religious bigotry, sincerely, you are going to get the consequences of your action. And that is what we are seeing now. You are not their match, but your inability to secure your environment with modern security cameras made it most embarrassing. We grow beyond waiting for them to strike before we act. Meanwhile, there is actually news going around that the DSS actually informed the facility that there was going to be an attack. We don't know who can't they believe now. They're making us seem as fools. Okay, on this note, you've come.